Er, Oh, we're already in one. Okay.
All right, so I am not Christy, or I'm not Becky. Coletta, I'm Christy Joy, and I'm gonna be hosting tonight's meeting. So I first will call the Old Colony Planning Council annual meeting to order. And first item is the accessibility statement. And that is, this meeting is accessible to people with disabilities. Microphones or telephones will be used by all speakers. Large print materials are available upon request. If you'd like either of these accommodations, please contact Mary Waldron at 508-583-1833. As the beneficiaries with regard to federal Title VI non-discrimination protections and the state non-discrimination protections is posted in this meeting room and is available on Old County Planning. Okay, so let's get into roll call.
Yep, thank you. I'll take care of this. And if I could at least ask, but when I do that, if you are in person, give a little bit away and say, hey, for those who are on line, I know your names are all there, but just even give a quick wave. So first with Abington, I believe that we have Alex Haggerty, who is online.
Yes.
Alex Haggerty, alternate, present.
You, Alex, the town of Frank Staffier.
Yeah.
John,
Wrong meeting.
John Costa.
John Costa, Avon, present.
Thank you, John. From the town of Bridgewater, I know that Sandra Wright is unavailable. From the city of Brockton, Preston Hutchby. Thank you, Preston. From Duxbury, Chris Ryan is unavailable, but we have Allison.
Oh, yes.
Allison, who is a new planning board member and here experiencing for her first time coming to an OCPC meeting, so please welcome her. Thank you, Allison. Yes.
Who's scared?
I believe potentially a future alternate representing the town of Duxbury, so thank you, Allison.
Yeah,
Sorry? Thank you.
thank you. I genuinely meant to do that.
So from the town of East Bridgewater, Peter Spagone. Thank you, Peter. From the town of Easton, Jean Marie Kent Joyce. From the town of Halifax, John.
I'm here.
Right, you are. Yeah.
Thank you, John. Welcome for being on with us today. I know that Jonathan Seelig, I think, was going to try to attend, but not here. For the town of Hanover, Rhonda Nyman was he joining us? I don't
Yes,
think she's joined us.
virtually,
She's going to
yeah.
be joining us virtually, but not here yet. From the town of Hanson, Tony DeFrayis.
Here.
Oh, yeah, you were here.
Thank you. From the town of Kingston, Val Massard. Not on yet.
Let's make
From
sure.
the town of Pembroke, Becky Coletta is not available, but Alicia.
I am here.
Thank you, Alicia. From the town of Plymouth. President Christine Joy.
And we
Thank-
know Lee isn't here.
Oh, Lee, sorry, I skipped over Plymouth. Lee Hartman is not able to be here. From the town of Stoughton, I don't believe that anybody is here from the town of Stoughton. From West Bridgewater. Eldon Marrera is here. Delegate is here. From the town of Whitman, Noreen. Thank you both from the town of Whitman. And at large, I know online is.
Here.
Thank you, Londa. So Madam Chair.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Mary. All right, so we've got a consent agenda tonight. Action item is the May 2023 meeting minutes, which were sent out in the packet, which did include some environmental notices. So
Rhonda just sent out.
any questions or concerns on the minutes? All right, so we've got a motion and a second, Frank and
Eldon.
Eldon.
On the consent
I
agenda.
knew that, Eldon, sorry.
So I'll run through this quickly. Abington. To accept the,
You just on.
yes,
Yes.
thank you. Avon. Brockton. Allison, you're not officially, so I can't have you to vote, but thank you for being here. East Bridgewater. Easton. Halifax,
Yes.
Hanover.
She's on mute.
Oh, you're on mute, Rhonda.
Oh, no, sorry.
There we
I'm
go.
sorry, yes.
Thank you. Kingston, Pembroke,
Alicia.
Alicia,
Might be on
Yes, sorry,
There
I was on mute.
that's okay. Plimpton, West Bridgewater, and at large. Oh, Whitman, sorry, Whitman, at large.
Great, thank you.
Yes.
Brenda, are you going to be presenting the May?
Wait, hold on, let
I
me make
know
it a little bit
everybody's
bigger.
excited for the financials. Okay, at the end of May, we were in good financial standing with we were in good financial condition showing a 6.93% budget surplus. Statement of expenditures report shows total expenses for the month at $260,713.56. Cash position report shows income for the month at $626,617.78. Disbursements for the month were $758,578.27. Total cash available at month's end was $1,898,402.02. OPEB account had a loss of $14,825.41, bringing the ending balance in the OPEB account to $964,510.14. Budget resources report. Total receipts for the month of $626,617.78 brings the total year-to-date receipts to $4,604,332.04. AAA report. Outstanding balance for AAA pass-through programs was $807,110.29. Outstanding balance for AAA admin and ombudsman programs was $169,612.07. This brings the total outstanding balance for all AAA programs to $976,722.36. Voluntary transportation account beginning balance was $173,412.95. Restricted funds payments to volunteers were a total of $1,319.84. Donations received were a total of $373.39, bringing the ending balance in the fund to $172,466.50. ROM statement and activity. Balance at the beginning of the month was $171,449.98. Receipts were $8,350, bringing the total receipts to $73,350. Expenses were $5,763.01, bringing the total expenses to $78,313.99. The ending statement balance was $172,487.38. Budget spend down report. Page 1, total expenditures were $2,117,043. The spent to date percentage rate at the end of May was 84.81%. Total percentage in the 11th month of the fiscal year. The ideal percentage in the 11th month of the fiscal year would be 91.74%. So at month's end, we had a 6.93% surplus. Page 2. As FY23 close draws near, the numbers will adjust to actual income. In the end, the income budgeted for the year does not necessarily balance to what was originally budgeted, while usually remaining close to the original number. Only when June is officially closed will the income numbers become actual. Some customer budgets will have increased and some will have decreased. Still others, such as in the example of the Brockton inventory grant, what was originally budgeted for only FY23 now splits between FY23 and FY24, thus decreasing FY23 income while increasing FY24 income. Page 3. Same criteria for page 3, AAA pass-through income. The budget numbers on this page will be updated a bit later than the regular budget, as we need to wait for the final numbers to come in from AAA. This year, we will be more up to date than in the past, as we will be estimating AAA income amounts through the end of June based on history and current trends. We expect these estimates to be close to actual, and any differences will be adjusted by recognizing those differences in FY '24. Note that AAA's fiscal year runs October 2022 through September 2023. This means that we can close our fiscal year and have the FY '23 audit completed much faster than prior years. While we usually don't close completely until January, this year we fully expect to close a few months earlier. Next is the list of combined AP and cash transfers for May. And then lastly is the FY '24 budget. If anyone just wants to look that over, we've actually already gone through all of the details. But if anyone, it was in your packet, so if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. And that's the end of the financial report.
Great, thank you, Brenda, very much. All right, any questions for Brenda on the budget or the financials?
So I would like to make a motion that we accept the finance put forward to corrective. Takes a class absence on the field.
Got a motion? We have a second? Second. All right, second, Jean Marie. So motion, Fred, Jean Marie, to accept the financials from May 2023. Mary, can you do a roll call vote?
Abington,
Yes.
thank you. Avon,
Accept.
Brockton,
Accept.
East Bridgewater,
Accept.
Easton,
Accept.
Halifax,
Yes.
Hanson, oops,
No.
Hanover.
Accept.
Thank you, Rhonda. Hanson,
Accept.
Pembroke,
Accept.
Plimpton,
Accept.
West Bridgewater,
Yep.
Whitman,
Yep.
and at large.
Accept.
That's
Awesome. All right, thank you, everyone. All right, Mary, on to OCPC annual report.
So before you here in the office, as well as we'll get, first of all, Representative Rita Mendez has joined us. But if Megan, if you can just show, you have a copy of it, will be in your portal for the OCPC. So I'm just going to walk through this quickly because there's just, again, as I always go through the staff report to councils, there's just so much information to be gathered. I just, again, want to just, from me personally, I just want to applaud all of the staff because it really does take a village. So thank you to the staff. So just if we could just run through this and please take your time, this will be available as well. And before done, it doesn't magically happen. So the staff does the work, but the two women on either side of me, both Megan and Elise, have worked to make this in an incredible fashion. So we're going to do the page turner. So it's an opening letter. I did choose this quote and you can read through it later, but good fortune is what happens when opportunity meets with planning. And how opportune is that for this organization to be thinking about in Thomas Edison's building, where we walk in pretty much every day to do our work. But so I'm going to skip my letter. You can look at that. It has the sales, but it also has all of you. If you note on the left side, there are vacancies for either alternate or for delegates. We're going to be working harder on those with as we get into the next session. But again, do we need something?
No, sorry.
So again, it's by the numbers. One of the things I've seen in so many of the boards I sit on, looking at what we do by the numbers. While these are great numbers. So we're trying to make it visual so then you can take it to your communities and show the work that we're doing. So when we do finally give for your annual report, these numbers will make a lot of sense for your constituencies. I do just also want to highlight in terms of Lila Burgess, who is here. She received a Lifetime Achievement Award. Truly an incredible award representing those. Now, and again, what we're doing for diversity in terms of inclusion, but also we'll be holding the summit again later in the year. We'll get more details about that. Next, again, transportation department, very detailed, this is again highlights of the items at the Transportation Department. Just give again, Transportation Department, who you are, give your hands up. It's a great team, so thank you. Development and again, the highlighting the EDA water study that was recently announced. Where's Joanne? She just left, but Don's so part on that. But again, that's one piece of all the work that they're doing. In terms of also, if you can see the graphic, in terms of the graphics OCPC applied for during FY 2023, we're really are going to take that up a notch for the next fiscal year. And you'll hear a little bit more about that as we go forward. Next, again, the comprehensive department. Megan can look at the complete reports. Those are when you click on those, you'll be able to go right to the report that's listed on our website. Again, interaction of communication when you're looking at a report or when you're going to get your council report, it's going to go right to a document that you don't always have to have paper in front of you. So it'll be accessible at any time. But again, the communities for the district local technical assistant that's led by Lori Muncie and Joanne Zigman. They're there. You guys know them. And so next we have the agent with David Klein. And again, with Lila and Richard and with Sean in terms of the fiscal, again, the work that they do, you hear about it and talk about in terms of the most recent, when there was the allocation that David went through at the last meeting. Next. Again, the ombudsman that Lila mentioned and specialized services. You saw for those that were here in the office, we had the visual of the drone that's been request from the. In this case, we also use it to demonstrate the work that we're doing. So drone pilots are Sean, Kyle, and Andrew. And the rest of us all want to be able to know how to fly drones. It is. GIS mapping, Andrew, and then Jason has joined as well as GIS. GIS, for those who don't know, Geographic Information System, it's integral in terms of every single aspect of planning, whether you're doing the housing production plan, an open space plan, but also the transportation. So it's been a great value. Mass DOT had funded it, right, Charlie? Yes. But it's again, it's a great tool that we have, and I know a lot of our communities are. Just got asked by the city of Brockton to share the operating guide with. So Kyle, thank you for doing that. You know, and again, our mission and vision are there. We've been talking about it. We're going to take some time this summer with staff to have a retreat. Staff, we also want to have a retreat with all of you so you get to know each other and find commonality. And what else is there?
The financial.
And the financials. And when you do this, you'll be able to see it when it opens up. It looks a lot better than sideways here. So on the connected, so every single one of our meetings, whether it's finance or whether it is the comprehensive economic, or whether it is the council or whether it's JTC or MPO, they're all recorded. They're recorded, it's transcribed, it's available on our website, and we share it out with folks. It's really important for those who cannot make it, then we can go back and have that documented. And that's in the role of where we want to be as a transparent organization. So you're able to have a connectivity. So that is it in short, sweet. Please take some time to take a look at that. And again, just thank you. Oh, the annual meeting. That's
This is just that page.
anyway. All right.
It's already on our website.
Thank you. It's already on the website. Again, it's a nice job. Team effort, and thank you again to Alyssa and Elise and Megan.
We'll get there eventually. Okay.
Excellent. Okay, so now we are moving on to new business. So
Yes.
he is the chair of the nominating committee, and this is the 2023-2020 CPC slate of officers.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. I would like to. These are actually separate them so that we have both the ROM and our
Yes,
own
correct.
delegates. So last night, the finance directors met for nomination for the oath. And we unanimously decided that we would elect Becky Valletta representing the town of Pembroke. Christine Joy representing Clifton as our secretary, treasurer, and Alden Morera as our secretary. So I would like to call for a vote, director, if you would have a roll call for these nominated dues.
There, a motion is needed from a member to,
Right.
put forward the slate of officers.
All right. We have a motion in support of bringing the slate forward.
So moved.
All right, so moved by, oh my God, I'm so president.
And then
Practice.
and seconded by,
All right, so we got a motion and a second. Can we do a roll call vote, Mary?
yes, Abington.
Accept.
Thank you, Alex. Avon,
Accept.
Brockton,
Accept.
East Bridgewater, Easton, Halifax,
Yes.
Hanover,
Accept.
Hanson,
Accept.
Pembroke,
Like Jim, you.
okay,
She's-
we got you.
Yeah.
We hear you, Melissa. Plimpton, West Bridgewater, Whitman, and at large.
Accept.
It is unanimous, so
All right, thank you very much.
to, I think, just congratulations to Bill.
No, no.
Actually, if we can not go into ROM right yet, if we have some business under OCPC to finish, then we're gonna go into ROM. So
Gotcha.
Charlie, I'm gonna have you come up. You want to-
All right, Charlie, you ready to do the tip?
Up to, so Megan, do you have the
I do.
next slide? So the MPO released tip amendment 4 to a 21-day public review and comment period. Next slide, please. And this entails something on the highway side and then something on the transit side. So on the highway side, most of you must be familiar with Route 138 in Stoughton. So this project here is MassDOT is truncating this project. So the new project limits will be from Lincoln Street to just north of Charles Ave. And the remaining portion from just north of Charles Ave and Town Line will be a separate project that we will look to amend into the next tip. So what that does with the current program project is actually reduce the total project cost from about 17 million to about $10 million. So that's item number 1. And then the remaining items are project awards as part of the MassDOT Community Transit Grant Program. And the good news here is there were 6 vehicles awarded, and that totals approximately $640,000. That Brockton Area Transit is receiving 4 vehicles, and the Brockton Area ARC is receiving 2 vehicles. So where this involves federal money, it needs to be programmed in the tip. So this is good news. It doesn't compete with any other project, doesn't bump any other projects out. So this is good news for the tip in terms of mobility and transit. And this tip amendment is navigating a public review comment period, and we're going to report on public comments back to the MPO on their July 18th meeting. So this is an action item for the board's consideration. If there's any discussion, we're happy to entertain that. If not, we'd love to have a motion.
For Charlie or the transportation team on the tip. To support the F1. Dan, did you make a motion too? Here, okay, so we've got a motion, Noreen, second. So can we do a roll call vote, Mary?
Abington,
Accept.
Avon,
Accept.
Brockton,
Accept.
East Bridgewater, Easton, Halifax,
Yes.
Hanover,
Accept.
Hanson,
Accept.
Pembroke, we have,
Accept.
West Bridgewater, Whitman,
Accept.
thank you.
If I just make say another comment. So amendment number 4, that's I think a record for us, and lo and behold, we're actually make that record theoretically, because we heard today from City of Brockton that they were just awarded a raise grant in the amount of $7.8 million for downtown traffic signal system as part of their effort to go back to two-way traffic. I know the City of Brockton has been pursuing that for many, many years, and credit to Rob May for really pushing that forward. And, you know, thanks to the bipartisan infrastructure law, City of Brockton's received a fair amount of grants on the discretionary side. So, you know, shout out to Brockton for getting another federal award.
Thank you, Joe.
All right, Mary, discussion regarding summer meeting schedule.
July and August hiatus, it is up to you as a council member, not us as staff. What does happen during the summertime, that if an emergency is needed for action, i.e. such as a TIP amendment that may be, the executive committee can meet and make the decision for the whole council. It's in our bylaws to do that. So it is up to, I really need a formal vote, we just need to decide as a committee whether we're going to continue on during the summer.
All right. Concerns about taking the summer off?
The motion was made last night that Lee Hartman directed that maybe rather than make at 5:30. Have to wait. We
Yes.
can get more done. So
Correct.
I would hope that you would think of that.
We already are making efforts for our next
Thank you.
agenda to do that.
Thank
All right, so hearing no concerns about not meeting in July and August, resuming our regular schedule. Why don't we take a vote anyway, just so we have it official. Do we have a motion to regular meeting schedule the end?
So move, Madam Chairperson.
Thank you, Frank. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second, Preston?
I think it was-
I think everybody wants to second that one. Okay, can we do a roll call vote, Mary?
Thank you, Alex. Avon,
Accept.
Brockton,
Accept.
East Bridgewater, Easton, Halifax,
Yes.
Hanover,
Accept.
Hanson.
Wholeheartedly accept.
Townsville,
She's frozen.
Except.
Oh, we can hear though.
Plimpton,
Accept.
West Bridgewater, Whitman, and Ashland.
Except.
All right, thank you, everyone. All right, so I'll make a motion that we adjourn the OCPC. Roll call vote again?
Oh,
All in favor?
All in favor?
Could you just?
All right.
Time that right.
All right, so here's my agenda.
Your agenda is on the back side of it.
It should be,
And
it should be